Where did the naughty little flea go? Won't somebody tell me? Where did the naughty little flea go?
Nigerian Empress, yes. Okay, so thank you for tuning in again today. So today I'll be talking about locks. Yes, finally. I know it's been a while. So today I decided to talk about things I have been noticing about my locks. I've been locked since 2011. I should have some things that I've noticed about, the whole situation up here. All right, and find out if it's things that you people have also noticed about your locks, all right, and solutions and things they have done to remedy those situations. Okay, so just to remind folks, I use a latch hook to interlock my hair for those who haven't seen my other videos. All right, so first of all, first thing I've noticed about my locks is every time I interlock them, or maybe a week or so, there's suddenly like growth sprout of some sort. It's like the whole hair is like, didn't I just interlock this thing? As in, so there's so much hair, and I'm wondering, and usually that also happens after I wash, after the interlock, and I'm wondering, I just interlocked this thing. How come there's so much hair underneath all over again? And I just find myself, I don't know, it's like crack after a while when you start interlocking. I don't know if that happens for any of you. I can't stop. I'm always like in the thing, and I wouldn't rest until the whole hair is done. So I find myself doing that all over again. So I don't know if that has happened to any of you. So what I do is I interlock it again, and I try not to make it as tight so that it's not so painful. Yeah, another thing I also noticed is sometimes I don't necessarily obey that rule. Not all the time. I use my spray bottle. It's like the bottom of it, and rub it inside, and then interlock my hair. Now you'll be wondering what's in here.
Today I'll show you how I make my hair mist. So get 2 tea bags of chamomile tea and 3 tea bags of peppermint tea. Get your container, put that in there, put those tea bags in there, and then pour boiling hot water, 2 cups of boiling hot water into the container. Let it sit for a while and let it cool in the freezer. Take out, or the fridge, take out the tea bags, and it should look like that, nice and golden brown. And then get your paper, wax paper, whatever paper, or funnel if you don't have a funnel. If you don't have, I don't have a funnel, so I use the wax paper. And then you put it in your spray bottle, and then pour the cooled tea into the spray bottle. Okay, just like that. Then it's ready for the oils. You get the staple oils. I use my olive, coconut, and castor oil. Pump like 15 to 20 pumps in it. Get your lavender oil. Pour like 10 drops. Peppermint or eucalyptus oil. Like I said, pour 20 drops of it in there. Then get the tea tree oil. Because of its strong smell, just pour like 6 drops in it. That'll be just effective. Screw the top back, and then you shake it, and you're ready. That's the hair mist.
And then another thing I noticed is after I interlock my hair, Lord have mercy, my scalp starts to itch. It's like, what is going on in there? So initially I didn't understand it at first, and I was like, yeah. And I thought it was just me. I had this friend who was also, locking her hair, and she said, yeah, she notices that about herself as well. So I have this small container. So you can use any container you can find. I use my staple oils, olive oil, castor oil, and coconut oil, the usual. Then I discovered garlic oil, mustard oil, and sweet almond oil. So I mix all of that in here, okay? And then for the essential oils, I put eucalyptus oil because that helps. Or that whole it eases it. That helps to ease it a lot. And I put like sometimes 20 drops. Yeah, so inside is anything, because that issue is crazy. It's from the pit of hell itself. So I put that in here, and 20 drops. Then lavender oil. Lavender oil is also good for the hair, and I put that in there. And especially when I was in Canada, where there was access to all of these oils, I used to go crazy. I used to mix and match, and I would try all the different scents that were available and the mixtures. But nowadays I don't do that anymore, because I don't have access where I am right now. I don't have access to all these oils as much. And I noticed that also helps with hair growth. That helps to grow my hair really fast, especially like my edges, especially through university and all of that. I used to do a lot of braids, and I wasn't very careful about my edges. So yes, we are still trying to. Please pray for us. We are still trying to fix these hair stain, the edges. So yeah, like yes, the edges. But they're coming. The Lord is good. It's working out. So the edges are coming around nicely. Oils for the scalp. Just dip my fingers into it, rub it, and just rub it into the scalp to help with the itching. Anywhere that is itching, just dip my fingers. Let me show you how I did. So. Somebody was asking a question as how do I treat my hair? So apart from the protein treatment that I mentioned in my first video, where I was talking about the mayonnaise, honey, olive oil, and sometimes instead of mayonnaise, or even with the mayonnaise, you can also mix avocado when I have access to that. That also helps. That's really, really also good for my hair. But I don't wash my hair as often because my hair isn't as full as the ladies who have fuller hair. My hair isn't as full when it's just down by itself. It's not as full as I would have liked it to be, So I always have it in curls or some form of style because that gives it some form of volume. Man, to do this thing, this is a lot of work. So because I don't like to work as much, I just put it like this. For real, I'm even being honest here. Like when I just moved to the country I am right now, immediately I got here, I got a job. And I was trying to get my footing and all of that. So I'm not lying to you. I didn't wash my hair for 2 months. So now because I don't sweat as much in my hair, in my scalp as much, so it wasn't going too bad. But I wasn't putting oils as much, and I wasn't retightening, so I didn't have that issue with the itchy thing. So I wasn't doing none of that. So these are some things that I do, and my spray bottle, of course. Yeah, so spray it in the hair when you're retightening, and sometimes when you just need to put some moisture in your hair. So instead of just water, you can do this. It helps me though. There was a time I used to use rose water, just rose water and the oils, or orange blossom water. That also helped, and it actually has a really nice smell. And I used to go crazy, so it used to finish on time. So so I just stick with the tea for now, especially since with the whole shedding thing I was experiencing after using that rubbish Garnier shampoo. Anyhow, so that has helped. I just keep it simple. It's easier for me that way. You don't have too much things in your hair, so you can keep track of what is working and what isn't. Because when you have too much product in there, you're not sure what is working and what isn't. You can switch things around. I mean, it's your hair, so you can play around and see what works for you. Okay, pretty much that's just what it is from there. So I hope this has helped somebody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and until my next video, shalom family.
There was a naughty little flea. He climbed up on the doggy's knee. He climbed some here, he climbed some there. He was climbing everywhere. Tell